All right, pleased to announce on the show a man who has thrilled us all by announcing that he is coming back to racing again in 2024. Eli Tomac, what's up, ET? How are you, man?
Hey, I'm doing well.
Yeah, it's
recovery has been going well. I'm really close to the 3-month mark. I think I'm coming up on 12 weeks, so getting around pretty well. Been able to get in some legit cardio work, so things are good right now.
Good to hear. Yeah, we saw the A-Star intro. You seemed like you were in good spirits, that everything was going okay. And you mentioned to me that, like, look, we've seen so many athletes deal with Achilles tendon tears, partial tears, fully tears, and it looks really, really bad. You were telling me at the intro that, you were expecting it to be absolutely, god-awful, terrible, and it hasn't been. I mean, it's bad because you had to miss time, but it wasn't, the ultimate worst thing that you've heard and read about that we had seen too.
Yeah, and I just compare that to my shoulder injury back in 2015, and I would say it's probably been a little bit easier than my rotator cuff repair. It's you still have to work on a lot of range of motion and strength with this Achilles. But I feel like it just keeps making progress every few days. Like I haven't had many hiccups with it. And then according to, physical therapy protocols, everything's been on track. I haven't had any hiccups. So that's what's been good about it. And that's what gave me, hope at returning to normal. And that's why I signed another year. Was I feel like, and I'm on track to being, I would say healthy and fine again. Yep.
Is there like an Achilles specialist that you consulted with? Like, obviously you guys have all the great doctors in Colorado, right? The Olympic Training Center, all the stuff in Vail. Is there like an Achilles guy you talk to? Like, I don't even know if there is one.
There's a foot and ankle guy.
Okay.
So that's who does the Achilles. Yep. So just that part of your body, right? That's the spot they focus on. So it's foot and ankle guy, who does the Achilles repairs. And
yours was torn all the way or partially torn, or did they?
Yeah, it was a full rupture.
Full rupture. Okay, so they go in, they sew it up.
They sew it together.
Yeah.
Yep. And then kind of just overlap it and sew it together. Yep.
And then scar tissue, I guess, is an issue, could build up, right? But you got to break through that at some point, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, that part's a little bit tough. Like you get this weird little bump there, and that's just from the scar tissue. So that's just part of the healing, though.
Yeah,
so,
no, absolutely.
Part of the deal.
So coming back next year, we saw the press release. I'm guessing the same kind of deal, Supercross only, and you can decide motocross SMX option. Same deal.
Yep. That's how it's played, or that's how it is right now. So. Yeah. Supercross only right now, and just kind of see how things go. And that's what I anticipate is Supercross only. But we kind of are leaving that option there for Moto and SMX.
Dude, I kind of can't believe like Nichols and McElrath and these guys coming out to get SMX points. Like there is good money at it for sure. I'm surprised that these guys are putting this effort in. It's good to see, but the SMX money is drawing these guys back to the Nationals. So
yeah. Yeah. I mean, the SMX payout is real now. So it's a hard thing to say no to. That's for sure.
Any limitations you think when you get back riding? Do they tell you anything about like things that you may not be as good at or move? I mean, your foot's in a boot on a peg, so I don't imagine there would be. But what do you anticipate for your riding style or riding a dirt bike again? Any limitations?
Yeah. So the hardest thing to get back is your heel lift. So that's basically you just standing on your toes, and like I can do that right now with 2 feet, no problem. The hardest thing to do is a single leg heel lift, and that's lifting your heel off the ground and then controlling that drop also. Yeah. So I don't feel like I'm going to have an issue with range of motion. Like my range of motion is actually really good so far. But it's I guess the last thing that I'm trying to get back is when you're standing on your toes, right? Yeah. Just that general strength, and then controlling a heel drop, which would be Supercross in the rhythm section. So I got a lot of work ahead of me, but at this point in time, I feel like I'm totally going to get there.
Yeah.
And be fine.
How?
But yeah,
Okay.
thinking of modifications, we have so many options with boots now.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm going to be fine. Like if I'm in any supportive shoe right now, it just gives me a lot of confidence. So, with that being in a moto boot, I feel like I won't have any troubles.
Right. So we know you're coming back. I want to talk about the injury a little bit in the night and all of that stuff. But when did you decide to come back? Were you on the verge of retiring, or was it pretty much like, yeah, I think I'm going to come back. We'll see how it goes. Like, how close did you come to hanging it up?
I was very close to hanging it up. Very close. So at first I was totally pissed, and then I was kind of, just angry at the world, angry at everything.
Yeah.
That was my first thought, and it was in disbelief, and then I was kind of over it.
Okay.
I was just like, I've accomplished a lot of things, and do I really need to do any more? Mm-hmm. That's what was going through my head. And then it turned into, I don't want to end my career like this. And I feel like I still can do this, and I have the confidence, I have enough time to get back to being healthy, to try to make another run at what I had going, which was, leading a series. So what it really came down to is I just did not want to finish my career rolling off the track with my, foot hanging off the side of my bike. So that thought in my head is what drove me to signing another year. And, and I'm motivated to, race another year and try to go out on my own terms. So I'm, sometimes you can't control that, but that's the reason for coming back.
Yeah, I mean, we in the aftermath of the injury, we talked about that. We're like, what a shame if he doesn't come back. Like, just, he was going to win the Supercross title, and then he's not, and then we never see him again. So, yeah, I think it's, you're a driven guy. You're an all-timer in the sport. You have nothing to prove, but I guess, yeah, exactly, right? Who wants to go out like that in front of their hometown crowd and all that?
It was a miserable experience. I mean, it was just it was the ultimate nightmare. I was leading the race. What did I have? 18 points or something in the championship. 2 races to go. While I'm leading the second to last race, it was like the worst thing ever. And then to not even crash. It wasn't like I had like a crazy cartwheel into the stands and just threw it away. I just was literally jumping through the rhythm section, and that was it.
Yeah, no,
it just blew out.
Did you know immediately that it happened? Did you know what you did?
Yeah. And when I when I landed, I felt like my leg was broke, is what it really felt like. And I had like this burning, tingling sensation, and I thought that was like my tib fib, broken. And I thought there was maybe blood in my boot, but then I get back to the truck and they pull my boot off, and there's no, there's my leg's not crooked by any means or anything. There's no blood, and I'm like, what the heck? And then one of the doctors in there, they were like, oh, we know what this is. And they push the back of your calf and your heel will move if your Achilles is intact. But anyway, he pushed the back of my calf and my foot didn't move. And that's like the positive test. They call it, I believe, the Thompson test. And,
I was thinking your foot would just drop, like drop down, and you wouldn't be able to control it. But no, it wasn't that.
Yeah, it's that too. You can't lift it. It's kind of dead. But they can really tell if it's ruptured they do this test where they're pushing the back of your calf, and if that ligament is attached, then your foot moves with it. But if it's just flopping dead, then it's torn.
We were talking about you and how much pain you must have been in, and you kind of casually rode around the track, waited to find an opening, rode off the track. We were like, can you imagine how much pain he was in? And like, you were handling it very well. Like I guess you can't drop the bike, or you can't drop I don't know. We were also amazed at how well you handled getting off the track in that kind of pain. So.
Well, it was very painful initially. Like right when I landed, it was, it was crazy painful. But at the same time, you have all this adrenaline going, and and then you have all these thoughts in your head, and I don't know, it hurt, but at the same time, my adrenaline just kind of got me off the track, into the A-Stars, medical rig there, and it was just I was in pure shock. It was like shock took over the pain too.
Yeah. Did you watch?
Bad dream.
Did you watch Salt Lake on TV?
I watched. God, did I? I think I watched it. I didn't watch the end of the race. I watched like the start of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would think you'd smash your TV or you wouldn't even turn it on.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, it's
yeah.
I'll tell you what, I didn't watch the start of, the first couple rounds of motocross. That I was not paying attention to. I was pretty bitter at the beginning of motocross.
Yeah, no, I can imagine. I mean, along with the work and the effort, the money loss, the all of that. I talked to Gilmore shortly after. Gilmore's crushed, Jelly, your whole team around you, everybody, right? It's unbelievable. the thing you have to go through. Yeah.
It just, I go back to it again, but it wasn't like I crashed. Mm-hmm. I didn't hit a tough block.
Yeah.
I was just going through the rhythm lane, and that's how it was taken away. It was pretty jacked, but I guess that's racing.
Thanks for listening to the Fly Racing Racer X podcast with Eli Tomac, Maxis Rental on board with us. Also, Koba Links, KOUBA links.com. You can go there, use the code PulpMX for free shipping and a discount. It's a lowering suspension link on everything from Aprilia to Yamaha. So if you're sort of a stature, you got a wife or girlfriend that rides, get a Koba link, man. And they're available through motorsport.com. Thank you to those guys, motorsport.com. Free shipping over $79. They got a dedicated team of gearheads there to help you out. They're giving away a YZ250 as well for the Nationals. Thank you to motorsport.com for all that they do. Great prices, OEM and aftermarket parts. I've been buying the shit out of stuff from them for my project bike. So thanks to Motorsport, the best online retailer out there by far. Stamp it. All right. And again, Fly Racing, check out the Formula S helmet if you can, and you will see what sets them apart with that helmet. It's simply amazing. And thanks for listening, man. Thank you to Eli Tomac for doing this. All right. Let's keep it going, shall we? I watched it a few times. There's some internet experts out there that were talking about how the way you ride and the way the bike and suspension is too soft and the way you... I can't see anything. It just looks like a normal... You went a little tad long. Nothing you would not have done anyway. I mean, is there... I don't know how much you broke it down, if it was like a Zapruder film of you watching it, but is there anything that you did wrong or anything that you can see?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Here's the deal, is I do believe that the modern style is riding more on the balls of our feet.
Yep.
So, I've always focused on that, riding on my toes and the balls of my feet. So maybe that position, not maybe, I think it is a more vulnerable position to, hyperextend your Achilles. And that's what happened. And, I've been through that repetition a million times.
Yep.
I've never had any problems. I've overshot stuff way worse, case stuff way worse, and have no problems at all. So it was a freak deal. But with that being said, I wouldn't have changed anything else, man. There's nothing I could do in that situation to prevent that, in my opinion. And I don't know, maybe if I would have landed more on the middle of my foot, maybe it wouldn't have snapped, It's really hard to say. And then talking to the doctors, they're like, the highest, the most likely group of person to have this injury, I think is a male from 30 years old to like 59 or something, right?
Oh, really?
So,
okay. Yeah.
Of course I'm in that age group, right?
Yeah.
The 30-year-old. And then they say, you can basically do them at any time. You can do them stepping off curbs. It's just, it can just happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I follow a lot of mainstream sports, and the guys are doing the simplest exercise and they tear it, right? There's no rhyme or reason. But your riding style is partly why you're so damn good. You changed the riding style with legs and riding on the balls of your feet and not sitting down, and all of that is things that made you the champion you are. So you can't really change that, right? So
it'd be hard to change it, and I would be riding slower, in my opinion.
Right.
This is such a more athletic position to be in, but maybe, or not maybe, that does put that Achilles in a more prone position to be injured.
Yeah, absolutely. Eli Tomac here on the Fly Racing Racer X podcast. So when do you want to get back on a bike? I'm not going to hold this to you, but what are you thinking?
My anticipation is November 1st for real riding.
Yep.
That's fully staying, within the doctor's orders and doing it right. So I anticipate Supercross November 1st.
Okay,
yep.
Awesome. And when you, I don't know how the conversation went with Bobby Reagan and Yamaha and Jeremy Coker and everybody, but I imagine when you reached out and said, hey, I want to come back, they had a contract to you the next day or what? Like they had to have been stoked.
Yeah. They were very supportive in my decision and they were all, they totally supported it. And, we have a good thing going. So It was like, heck yeah, let's work together again. So it was fairly easy to make the decision as a team, to continue the relationship. You
are such an active guy, whether you're out hunting stuff or cycling or whatever in where you live. How has it been? I guess they cast it, right? They sew it up and cast it. So
you're in a soft cast. Yeah.
So what's that like for you, a guy to, again, that does everything. It just goes from wide open to zero for months. How's that?
Now I've kind of gotten in the groove of not being gone on the weekends, but at first that was strange. It was strange. Things to slow down, in my opinion. So when you're not traveling, on the weekends, that was different. To be honest, it was really nice not waking up Sunday morning being totally smoked. But,
yeah,
I'm like, oh, this is what it's like to feel fresh the whole week, kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
You don't have all these huge up and downs. You don't have all these huge up and down emotions and, from racing and how you finish. So things just kind of calm down. And I feel like the world slows down a lot, but it's been great time with my kids and my wife. So having them around, that made the recovery a lot easier, having the, the company of my kids and my wife. Yep.
And what the hell has the general been doing? I mean, what has your dad John been doing? Like, is he okay? Well, like, what's he been up to?
Yeah, he stays so busy. He's on the farm. Summertime. He's working on his hay fields.
Okay.
So he moves sprinklers.
Okay.
And then he he's running the equipment too. So he's busy. He's probably more busy than when we're racing, because when we're racing, he gets Friday to travel and Sunday to travel, so he gets a couple days off. But now he's just down at the farm. So
okay, good to hear. What are your thoughts on this Jett Lawrence kid in the Nationals right now? I don't know if, like you said, you didn't watch the beginning, but holy crap, man!
Yeah, there's no getting around knowing about the record, and I've been watching him lately. It's so impressive to do what he's done, for one, but then two is his age and his the way he's controlling the races and how he can do that mentally at that age is what I'm so impressed by, and it's something I've never even done myself. So it's the age and the mindset and the racecraft is what I'm most impressed about. It's unbelievable that he's been able to control all that emotion, and especially at that age once again, and to have that consistency.
Yeah, I don't feel like, we in the media were like, oh, this guy got close, or this looks good, or this guy reeled him in, and it's kind of like he's just, like you said, his racecraft. He may be doing it on purpose at this point. You know what I mean? Like, and that's not something I don't think you really did that. You just hammered as long as you can for as fast as you can go, right? So,
going back to it, he has great style, great form, great efficiency, and his style fits the 450 perfectly, and it's showing. Yep.
Nice. Well, hey man, thanks for doing this, and I'm stoked you're back, because we are gonna, I don't see any reason why you can't pick up and win again and be great again. I don't know about a title and all that. You know what I mean? Who knows? It's a long season, but I feel like you can get back to where you were, with your work ethic and all that you've done so far. So I'm excited, man. This is awesome. It's great for the sport that you're coming back, and it's exciting times. So thank you for doing this, Eli. I appreciate it, man.
All right. Thanks. We'll talk to you later.
See you. Bye.
Bye.